What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like, and I'll happily get back to you. Now, this is an update really to my previous video that I did this week. That was on Luis Ortiz following his win over Charles Martin. I put the question out there. I said, what is he going to do next? And we've had some updates since then. You know, we have had some updates. He was supposed to be fighting Philip Hrgovic in an IBF eliminator. However, Luis Ortiz turned that down, you know, much to a lot of people's surprise, because this guy is somebody that has, you know, said that everybody's avoiding him. However, we did go on to realise later on that he did suffer a little injury in that fight against Charles Martin, and he didn't believe that he would be ready to fight Hrgovic in time, you know, for the deadline to fight in the eliminator by. So he's resting and recovering, and you know, maybe he's got something else planned. I think that that's part of the reason as well. I think that maybe him and Andy Ruiz will get it on in the summer, and maybe they're looking at the bigger picture there. But, you know, this is a title eliminator, you know what I mean? And you've turned that down. And it's not the first time Luis Ortiz has turned down a title shot, because we all know what happened with AJ. So, yeah, I don't know. This whole boogeyman thing, I'm not buying it. But I'm sure there is more to the story. You know, he did say he suffered a hand injury. But, you know, I'm not buying all the boogeyman talk from Luis Ortiz. Certainly not. Let's move on. Philip Hrgovic, as he is now ranked, I mean, he is supposed to be fighting in this IBF eliminator fight. With Luis Ortiz now pulling out of the picture, you go down the rest of the IBF rankings, man, and let's have a look at them here. I'll put them up. You've got Joseph Parker. He has turned down a fight against Philip Hrgovic, man. I mean, what is going on? Joseph Parker, who just fought Derek Chisora, he'd be ready for a fight in a couple of months' time to fight Hrgovic. He's turned that down against him. I'm not sure of the reasons why. But yeah, very disappointing in my opinion. Like, what are you turning that fight down for? Like, what else have you got coming up? I don't understand. So yeah, very disappointed in that. You know, Joseph Parker clearly avoiding that fight. Very disappointing. Looking at the rankings as well, you've got AJ in there. That's not going to happen, because we know that AJ has got a rematch clause with Alexander Usyk for the belt anyway. So yeah, he's not going to fight Hrgovic in an eliminator. That wouldn't make no sense. So yeah, scratch AJ from that list. Then you go further down the list. You've got Tony Yoka in there. That's a possibility. You know, I could see that. That could be a possibility. Will Yoka take that right now? Will he feel that he's ready for it? I mean, you know, he is approaching his physical prime, and he is looking good. He is undefeated. Maybe that will be the right fight for him right now. It'll be interesting to see what he does. All eyes are going to be on him. Joe Joyce, that's not really going to happen, I don't think. He's in a good position with the WBO. So, yeah, I think he's in a high ranking elsewhere. So he'll probably take that up rather than take the IBF up. Then you've got Ajit Kabayel, who could take that up, I'm not sure. But I don't think he posed much of a risk at all to Hrgovic. So that wouldn't even really be, you know, I don't think that would be a very good fight, if I'm honest with you. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. These guys appear to not want any smoke with Hrgovic. You know what I mean? Why has Joseph Parker turned that fight down? Maybe we'll get a reason as to why later on. Maybe they might come out and say that they've got an injury. But this guy Hrgovic, man, it appears that he is avoided by some of these heavyweights, man. He's been crying out for a fight for a long time. So we all saw the situation with Michael Hunter as well. He didn't want to fight Hrgovic. So yeah, man, I mean, I'd like to see, I don't know what's going on here. I'm quite disappointed, really. And I'm going to be discussing it more on today's show. But yeah, all these guys seem to be avoiding Hrgovic like the plague. I don't know why. I mean, I think he's very good, but I don't think he's like completely unbeatable. I mean, I don't think that there isn't any sort of holes to his game. I mean, he can be exploited, if you ask me. There just hasn't been anyone to do it in the heavyweight division so far, and it appears that nobody really wants to really test it out against him. So yeah, man, I'm very surprised at this, but you know, it'll be interesting to see who does take up the challenge and fight Philip Hrgovic, man, for that IBF eliminator spot. I mean, this is for a world title. Like, doesn't Joseph Parker want to get himself back into world title contention? Very odd, man. Unless there's some sort of injury, then it's a straight duck for me. Even the Ortiz situation, man, he's been telling everybody for so long that he's been this avoided heavyweight. Nobody wants to fight him. Only Deontay Wilder could fight him. And I've seen two opportunities now for a world title, him turning down. The one with AJ, he turned that down, asked for too much money. And then the one here with Philip Hrgovic now citing an injury. And yeah, not even requesting an extension or anything like that. Just pulling out of it completely. Which tells me that he's got something else planned. Maybe against Andy Ruiz or something like that in the summer. Don't be surprised. We do know that the PBC like to keep things in-house. Let me know your thoughts on this anyway, man. We're going to talk about it more on the show today. Philip Hrgovic. appearing to struggle to find any sort of opponent, man, for that IBF Eliminator fight. It'll be interesting to see where we go from here. Maybe Tony Yoka might take it up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.